Hey guys, Chad here with C&D Garage Toys. Today I got some spark plugs we're going to put in the Compass. My Compass has about 7,200 miles on it, something like that. I've just noticed that it's got a little bit of a rough idle to it every once in a while when like the air conditioner's on and stuff like that. So looking at some reviews and stuff I've seen where people have said they've got copper plugs in them, iridium plugs. I have no clue what it comes with to begin with, so today we're going to get into that and see. So I'm going to go ahead and do this a time-lapse video, so hopefully everything will speed through here a little bit. So anyways, we're going to get around to changing the spark plugs. You will need a 10mm socket, a 5/8 spark plug wrench, probably a pretty good extension to get down through the head to them. You could probably get by with a couple of 3-inch extensions or something. I just have longer ones. Makes it a little easier for me, kind of makes them like a screwdriver where I can manipulate them a little better. I'm going to go ahead and stick the NGK ruthenium plugs in it. The part number is LFR5AHX. The stock number is 96355. I did get these from Advanced Auto Parts, just right down the street. I went ahead, bought them online. When I did that, I had a promo code I stuck in, got 20% off of them. I ended up putting them in my cart and leaving them there. And the next day, they ended up sending me an email where if I bought them, I would get 25% off. So I went ahead and bought them. They are about $12.49 a piece. I ended up, by the time I got my discount on them and stuff, paid tax on them, they were right at $40.10. So that's like $10 a plug. Not super crazy, but I mean, it still is a little bit of money. I also got a magnet for retrieving the plugs, and I also picked up a pair of long needle nose pliers in case I got to reach down there and get them or something else. So let me spin the camera around here and we'll get you a little better view of what's going on. Also too, I have a magnetic tray to put all my bolts into and everything. Just that way I don't lose them. So let me get you spun around here. Okay, so now as we come in here, there's a bolt back on the back side back here that has to come out. So as we take that out, we'll take that, put that in our little magnet tray. Now this is kind of stuck on and held on by a couple of little ball sockets. There's 1, 2, and 3, and those just basically slide into these little ball sockets on the cover. Then you set the cover aside. So then we dove into, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 coils. Obviously it's a 4-cylinder engine. On the wiring harness, there is a little red clip on there. You'll have to pull that out and that will unlock the wire harness off of there. So that will just unplug and you can just pull that off to the side. If your engine's very old, be careful with these because sometimes those will kind of get brittle with the heat. So those might end up breaking off on you. Get those removed, and that's the little red clip I'm talking about there. It basically just slides in there and locks it in, holds it in. Just make sure that it's doesn't end up coming out on you or vibrate out as you're going down the road. So then we'll take these are the coil packs that set on top of the spark plug. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So we're going to pull that bolt and it probably won't come out of there. I'm just going to go ahead and loosen all of them up. Okay, set that out of the way. So then we'll just grab this coil pack. We'll just kind of wiggle it off the top there, pull up on it a little bit. Pulls out. Ooh, that's a long guy. So that pulls out. That bolt will stay in there. It has like a little retainer in there to just kind of hold it. So we're going to leave it in there. And then this is your spark plug boot. If you ever have to replace one of those, that should just slide on and slide off of there. Be a little bit of a tight fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them out. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all four at one time here. And I'm just going to lay them right back up here so I know what order they came out in. They should not have to go back in any particular order because they all work the same. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and do that. So then this is where we take our 5/8 socket. We're going to go down in this hole right here. And then we'll just go ahead and loosen her up. Now these I will replace one at a time. Okay, that should be about it. Now most of your spark plugs will have a rubber up inside of here that goes ahead and latches onto that spark plug. Most people will go ahead and just remove those, and I don't know why. So we pull these out here, and this is what's in those from the factory. Looks like they got Champion plugs. That part number is REC 10WMPB4. So, and as you can tell, they've got a little wear on them, not horrendous. It does kind of look like an iridium plug, but you can run the part number and find out. I'm not too concerned about it. I went with the ruthenium plugs because they're supposed to be a little more high performance. Supposed to be just an all-around better plug. So you want to be careful putting that back down in there, because if you was to drop this plug, if I just took it over here and dropped it down in there, it may close that gap up in the screwdriver. So with my spark plug socket the way it is, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to put it down in there with my magnet, and I'm going to give her a little bit of a spin right here, and it should go ahead and screw in, and it did. So now I can go ahead and put my socket in there, tighten up the plug. Like so. And you don't want to be dropping your ratchet. I'll put that on top, switch it around. And you just snug her up where it's snug. Now be careful not to do it too much. I don't know exactly what the torque spec is on this. And that's that. So now we can go ahead, put our coil pack back in there. Put our coil pack back in there. I did grab the one for that cylinder. It pushes back down in there, and I just take my 10mm, a little bolt on the back side that holds it in there. Tighten that up. tighten that one up, snug it up. You'll take your connector, plug it back in, push your little red clip in. You just do that 4 times and you're basically done. So we'll move on to the next one here. I did it for $40, plus I got really good plugs to put in it versus just kind of some generic plugs that won't last. Hopefully these will last quite a while, as these are supposedly the best spark plugs on the market. So we'll find out after a little bit of time. So then you put your used spark plugs back in the box, throw them away, dispose of them according to what your local ordinance says. And we're going to put the top back on. Once again, the little balls just line up with the little sockets on there. Basically, if you line your oil filler cap up with one, the rest of them just kind of snap into place there, and that's it for those. We pull our bolt off that goes on the back side. And we put that one in. Okay, so that's basically changing the spark plugs in a 2020 Compass or any 2.4 liter motor. This would apply for Cherokees also, Renegades. So all in all, it took me 15 minutes, you know, 40 bucks. I did it myself as opposed to a shop probably charging you at least 100 bucks probably to do this. So I would highly recommend, if you have the tools, just do it. Do it yourself. So we should have an oil change here coming up sometime soon. I'll show you guys how to change the oil. That's pretty basic too. A lot of times people don't have the facilities to do that, so I understand. But you know, if you can do it yourself, you may as well save a little money as opposed to go to give it to an oil change place that's probably going to charge you like 80 bucks. Should be able to do it a lot cheaper than that. So anyways, this wraps up the spark plug change here. So we'll see you guys on the next video, and hopefully you guys can do this yourself and save a little money. So catch you guys later.